We recently hit a massive milestone on our trip, passing 4.5 years travelling in Ruby.
But if you saw our last video, you'll know things are not quite going to plan again.
Right, first reading
is this.
That's what we were driving it, so every time we tried to steer too much it would snap and start spinning out.
So this week we are back in garage number 2 in Chile, and we're about to get our hands dirty once more.
Yes, it's a big rebuild time.
Rebuild number 3, 2, 4.
Engine number 3. Gearbox 6.
Let's get to this.
Welcome home.
Hey, we're surrounded by things I love, which is a good sign.
Yeah. Well, we are getting clouds of blue smoke coming out of both banks of our exhaust, and I'll show you why we think this has happened. So when we drove the Laguna route back in Bolivia, and if you watched our video, you'd have seen that we had a problem with the pipe on the coolant tank, and we came into the engine bay, and what we noticed was that this pipe here had fallen off completely, and it was down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now if you imagine this pipe is down here, and then you look at a video like this where you can see how much dust you get when you drive off road, then you'll appreciate that basically our air intake for the engine was basically hoovering up sand and dirt and everything off the floor, which is incredibly bad for an engine, and you can see how dirty it is. Look. So this all went in our engine, and we don't know how long it was off, but to be honest, even if it was a matter of minutes, it can do some serious damage. And what we believe has happened is that although we still have okay compression, we have damaged the oil rings because they ran in this dirty oil for 500 kilometers. So as soon as we noticed the problem, we obviously reattached it. We changed the oil as soon as we could, but we were in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and so we had to drive with this filthy oil full of dirt and sand, which we think has destroyed our scraper rings in the cylinder, and therefore we are burning oil like crazy. So it's time to drop the lot and take it all apart and cross our fingers that we don't need to rebore it.
What we're starting with.
So first things, I like to do things in systems so they don't get missed. So the first thing we're going to do is we just run the engine to put it on blocks so it's a bit warm, and that's perfect time to drain the oil. And we're going to get the coolant system draining down, and then probably start working on disconnecting the top of the engine while those things are going.
Okay, let's go.
What?
Smaller ratchet needed, woman.
You need me to polish your tools?
Yes, it's your turn to be the skivvy.
Small ratchet. That's not the one. That's what you want. One job, huh? Can't even get you the right tool. You're the filthy one today.
Because I'm working my bollocks off.
This is me being the clean one. My face is still covered in crap. I'm taking on the top of the engine, which is looking quite bare actually. I think we're nearly there. Look at the poor baby. Alternators off. I just about remembered to crack the crank pulley before we did the starter motor. We found out this has been flopping around in the air, and this is the air vacuum hose for the fuel regulator. That's bad. And then I think we're going to have one hell of a clean up very soon.
Where we at?
It's nearly time. Nearly time. We haven't filmed the whole process because I filmed it so many times. If you want to watch us do the whole thing, you can go and watch the video that we put at the end when we did it in Panama. Now it's just in and out.
In and out, baby.
In and out.
It's the way I like it.
In and out.
Maximum pleasure.
It's weird.
The engine is on the ground. Wasn't too traumatic so far as well. Just a little bit dirty. Although I have cleaned my face once already. First time it's a bit messier. Well, I was going to take the inlet off and then we're just going to drag it out and put it on a table and then we'll be able to start picking it apart. Happy with how it's going?
I'm not happy until I see my cylinder walls, and then I will be one of two things. So we're getting closer though, aren't we? We've taken it out without any disasters.
I have hurt my little finger. I think I've chipped a bit of bone.
Really?
It's really painful. Proper like caught it.
Have a beer.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, you know. That's how.
Bit dirty, ain't it, love?
Isn't it just?
You'll have to go give her a bath.
Oh, everything's going to be washed. It's going to look great for about a minute, and then it will be dirty. Not this dirty, but dirty.
It's the secret to any engine rebuild.
Label your stuff is my secret.
What are you doing now?
This is my successful cylinder head rebuild tips, and I may be slightly anal about this, but I get my pieces of cardboard.
Can't
like
see
this,
him, hold him up.
and then I'll put all of the stuff through them in the order that it comes out of the head, so that's the bolt if you're going to reuse it, which I'm debating at the moment, and then like the valve, the spring and the collets, most importantly, go on each allocated valve, so that when you refit into the head you know exactly where they came and you don't lose a collet. So first cylinder head, soggy. And it's very, very, very carbon coated. If you come and see, you can have a look. See if I can chip a bit off. There you go. Look, none of that should be there. None of this. I think that's what's affecting our compression as well. It's just not seating nicely. So we're going to clean all of that, and then the piston's not much better. I've got this huge lump of crap. Look at that. Just kind of came flying out. However, the bores, I don't know if you can see that, bores are not looking too bad.
So Dr. Rolf, what's the verdict?
I think we're going to get away with a hone, which is great. Really good news. So before we can even start to think about rebuilding this, we need to give it really, really big clean. So I am going to make a start on that, and then hopefully we can start to reassemble it with all our new rather expensive parts that we need. And this wouldn't be possible without the support of all of our patrons. So thank you to you guys, and if you're interested in some behind the scenes updates on what's going on at the garage, why don't you head over to our Patreon and check it out, and we'll catch you next time.